And I am live. What's going on, everybody? Starting a little earlier than I said I was going to on the little post thingy, but just did a little sourcing the last couple of days. I went out to I hit like 2 or 3 garage sales on Sunday. No big deal. I just right after the show, I went to pick up my daughter, and after I got her, I was just kind of meandering around, found a couple garage sales, found some cool stuff as usual. And then yesterday I spent a couple hours over at Goodwill, maybe not that long, maybe like an hour. I wasn't there for very long, but I did pick up some cool stuff there too. Some staples, bread and butter stuff, and some stuff that I really don't find that often. So just wanted to share with you guys, and it'll give me a chance to kind of go over it all too, back in my head, and organize so I can get it listed this morning. That's my project. Get all of this listed before Jiu-Jitsu. And I know it's early. That's definitely why I don't have anybody else on with me. But I might start doing a midweek show again, maybe a couple. I don't know. Depends on what kind of feedback I get from the gang. But for now, if I go live during the week, it's probably going to be early, and it's probably going to be by myself. But first thing I found, I went to this garage sale, and the lady was an artist, and she had like a bunch of handmade cards and hand painted little tiny pictures and little rocks and stuff like that. And they're actually pretty cool, but it wasn't something that I thought I could deal with. But she had some other stuff too. It was a garage sale, so I found this. It's a really cool old vintage Samsonite makeup case. It's a little beat up, but still very serviceable. No key, which doesn't matter. These things never have keys, and if they do, then they're worth a lot. But yeah, I just have to clean it up a little bit on the inside, but no major stains. It's not bad at all. But I mean, I've sold a couple of these. I don't find them that often, but I usually get around $40 or $50, and they sell pretty fast. So that was a good find. I paid. Well, the way that I do garage sales, I don't usually sit there and go, how much for this? How much for this? How much for this? I just chat them up, talk, and start just grabbing stuff. And then when I'm done, then figure out how much they want for everything. It's just, I tend to get better deals that way. I ended up paying $15 for all this. Plus, she threw in some of the artwork and stuff, like a little painted rock and a greeting card for my daughter. She thought they were cool. I got this guy. I have no idea if it works, but it was there. It sells on eBay for around $50. It's some kind of digital effects processor, but any kind of heavy, nice quality feeling audio equipment, especially when it's really small like this, always check it out, because you never know, it could be worth a lot. I mean, I've picked up pieces for a few dollars that ended up selling for $100 or more. And then the other thing that I picked up over there to put on eBay was this. Anytime you see that, it's not necessarily a great thing. Coleman's kind of a cheapo brand, but some of their more expensive stuff and higher end stuff sells really well, has a really good following, and sells pretty good money. But this is a camp stove. I think it's a dual fuel, but it might just be a kerosene. I don't know, but it's got all the documentation that came in the case. It looks like it's in really good shape, hasn't been used a whole lot. This will bring in $30 or $40 easily. So basically I paid $5 a piece for all 3 of those things, plus I got a couple things thrown in for my daughter. So that was a pretty good find. I didn't find anything at the other garage sales though. I've been having really bad luck with garage sales this year. I don't know what it is. They're just not a whole lot going on with them. It seems like, I don't know if people are just getting there faster, more people are getting into the game, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't think I've seen a single, no, I take that back. I bought an Xbox 360 a couple of weeks ago and sold it in about 2 days. But I mean, it It didn't have the cables. It didn't have the controllers. It just came with the Kinect and the console. And I had to take the word for it from the lady that it worked. But she had like $50 on it, and I was like, I'll give you 20. And she was like, all right. And then I went around and picked up a bunch of other little small things, like a couple shirts and what else did I get? I don't know, just some little knick-knacky stuff that not worth a whole lot, but if I could get it cheap enough, it would be worth it. And she ended up throwing it all in with the Xbox. She just wanted to get rid of stuff, and her kid was the one that told her that how much to sell it for, and he wasn't there. So that's always a good thing too. Like a lot of times you're going to a garage sale, if you see a high price on something and you see somebody behind the table that doesn't look like they have any idea what that something is, then try your luck. Maybe they, mom might be wanting to get rid of stuff, and little Johnny may just put a high price on his item thinking that he would get it. So especially by the second or third day, they're really willing to negotiate. But when I went to Goodwill yesterday, picked up a lot of electronics. I basically could have just gone down the electronics aisle and then left. I don't think I bought anything else. Looked through the clothing. They didn't really have anything that was interesting, and I don't really need any more clothes right now. I'm really focused on, if I am buying things for resale, focused on stuff like, maybe shoes, like really good shoes, really good boots, and a lot of electronics. I love this kind of stuff because you can take 2 or 3 pictures, have it listed in 5 minutes, and boom. I haven't tested this yet. It was $5.99, but these big percussion massagers tend to sell for around $40, 30 to 40 depending. This one doesn't have heat, so it's probably not going to be quite as much, but they always sell really fast for me, and they sell really well. They cost less than $10 to ship. They fit right in those priority mail shoe boxes pretty perfectly, so you don't have to make a box for them or any of that. So I like them a lot. I always pick them up if I can get them for, less than $5 or $6, or try to get them for around that or less. But they, people don't buy them very often. It seems like. I find those, if I just let them sit there, they'll still be there when the goes to half off sale or whatever. I only picked this up because a friend of mine gave me some kombucha mushrooms. And if you guys don't know what kombucha is, it's a fungus or something. It's like looks like a little plate-sized mushroom that sits in a tea that you make, and then it ferments out and produces really good probiotics. And I try to consume a lot of that stuff, the healthy things, and I like the taste. It tastes really good. So I'm gonna start trying to make my own. I got this for 99 cents. Should be a good start. We'll see where that goes. I'll keep you updated if you care. Well, I got a little bit less than I thought I did. This thing, I scanned this on Amazon. It's brand new in the box. I paid $1.99. Sells for $70. If you look that up, Phase 10 Masters Edition. And it had a pretty good rank in toys. So I'm gonna send it in and see how that goes. But $2 into 70, I'll take it. I'll take that all day. Pretty good flip. Now this, I wasn't quite as sure about. This is a Galaxy mount. I'm not sure which one it's for. I probably could have taken my phone out of the other box and just to see if it would fit. But the way that Galaxy phones are set up, they kind of they tend to be pretty similar in size. So as long as it's close, should fit, as long as it's not like a really fitted case or something. But these things typically always work. So it's got an audio jack plug on it and a USB plug. So I have no idea. I'm guessing that if I can figure out what phone it is for, then, and if it's for an S6 or maybe even an S7, that I'll be able to get 20 or $30 for it. But I only paid $1.99. So even if it just sits or goes in the trash, it's not a big loss. Willing to take a gamble on that one. Computer speakers. These computer speakers always do pretty good for me, depending. I mean, I'm not just going to buy any old computer speakers, but if I can figure out exactly what brand they are, what model they are, and I can really look them up close and get them put up on Amazon, then I'll buy them if they're good. These were $1.99. They had the box. And I think they were going for $20 used on Amazon, if I remember right. Might have been a little more than that actually, but they're just little portable speakers, nothing special, but $20 is $20. Now this is kind of cool. I find these every once in a while, and they sell really good on Amazon. I paid $1.99 for this thing. This will sell for, it's a left-handed one, which is really rare. I've never seen a left-handed one, and this one is in great condition. I actually have one of the right-handed ones going out on my next Amazon shipment, but this one's a little bit more beat up, so I might not even sell it on Amazon. But what I was thinking was, since they're opposite hands, maybe I could put them up in a lot and get some, dude, I mean, it would be kind of cool to be able to just, sit here like this, and you got two mice and all that. Somebody out there would probably think that was awesome and take the time to put all the buttons in and all that so that they could have actually, nope, I thought it was I thought the left-handed one was rare. It's not. That's okay. They're the same hand, but no big deal. Like I said, these sell for like $70 or $80 on Amazon. And this one being in such good condition, I'll definitely be able to send that in. Like I said, this other one that I have, though, it's a little bit more beat up, a little bit more worn out. I'll probably put this on eBay and get like half of what I would get on Amazon. But once again, I paid like $2 for this at a Goodwill about a month ago. So still really awesome flip. Here's a little something that I would say always pick these up. It's a wireless trackball, either Logitech or Microsoft. $1.99. I mean, at that under $5 price range, definite bolo. These trackball mice are really popular, and even if the mouse doesn't work, you can just pop the trackball out, and it comes out easily. You just pull it out, and this thing by itself will sell good for good money. I think they usually go for around $15 or $20 at least. But these are very expensive mice. I don't know. I didn't look this one up. I just snagged it. But usually I can get around $30 to $50 minimum for a used one in good condition that works. So once again, pretty good find. One of the reasons why I like the electronics section is because everything looks like junk. And the way that they have it thrown on the shelves, and you just dig around in the cables and everything, you always pull stuff out and it's all cheap. I mean, our Goodwills put stuff up for a couple of bucks. Could you talk about the importance of staying organized for a minute? Are you trying to say something? No, it is important to stay organized. You can get overwhelmed really easily if you don't stay organized, and you just get lost in the, like, swimming around in the stuff. I would say that I'm like half as organized as I would want to be, but like once every month or so, I'll just go through and reorganize everything. This shelf doesn't look that organized because I'm always using it. When I'm throughout my day, I'm constantly turning around, moving stuff around, taking stuff off. It's got all my tools on it. It's got all my cleaning stuff on it. It's got all my packing supplies on it. So that's why it looks so unorganized. But I mean, upstairs in the room that I use for all my storage, everything's organized on a shelf. Shoes go in one area, the clothing goes in another area. I've got everything in bins. I've used SKUs on my inventory so that I know exactly where it's at, and I don't have to look around for an hour when I lose stuff. And every once in a while you still manage to lose something, but it's been a long time since I had to tell somebody that I lost their thing. I mean, I'm talking a couple of years. I did, however, list a monitor on eBay. I forgot I listed it, and I put it on, had another monitor on Craigslist, and I completely spaced it. And the guy asked me if that was the only monitor that I had because it was a cheaper one. And I had this other one, so I'm like, oh yeah, I've got this one too. And he was like, oh yeah, I'll take that too. And he gave me like $50 for both of them, which was a really good deal. I had one of them for years. It was my personal monitor that I'd had on my computer for about 10 years. And then the other one I'd just picked up at the Way and Pay, but I guess I listed it on eBay. And it sold after I sold it to this guy. So now I'm going to have to grovel and hopefully finagle a way to not take a ding. But if I have to take a hit, I take a hit. I'm not going to lose my top rated over one item. And it's the first time this has happened in a very long time. Actually, the only other time that I sold something on Craigslist that was listed on eBay, I had a PlayStation Vita like 2 years ago. And it's like a little handheld console. And, I don't expect anything to go through on Craigslist. A lot of flakes out there. So I drove across town and the deal went through. And so after the deal went through, I got on my phone and boom, it had sold while I was driving to this guy's house. I was just like, what the hell? It was ridiculous. Like I'd never had anything like that happen, and it was too late. So I had to work that out, but it worked out okay. It was actually, I got more money for it cash than I would have gotten on eBay, especially after shipping and fees. So it was all right, and the guy understood. But yeah, it like maybe once every year or two something like that happens to me. So let's see, we got T-Rex Trading Company in the chat. What's up, T-Rex? Joni Kramer, how you doing, Joni? Tommy Callahan, what's up, Tommy? Tommy was the one that asked about the organization. And then Biohazard Picker, Adam's in there. What's up, Adam? So another thing that I picked up was this guy. It's a Microsoft joystick. It's in the box. It's got all the original contents. This thing is really nice. It's in good condition. This is like collectible. Somebody might buy this just to put it on a shelf or to have in a YouTube backdrop or something like that. There was one on Amazon listed for like $140, which is insane. But I mean, this is like a really old school joystick. It's got the original connector. I think they call it a serial connector. It comes with the game that originally came with it, everything. So I think this is a really good find. I mean, even if I put it up on eBay, I bet I could get $80 for it if I hold out long enough. I mean, it's going to take forever to sell. I'm definitely not going to send it into Amazon FBA unless I just put it up for cheap. Or I might. With only one other person selling it, I could see why it'd be listed as a slow-moving ASIN when they've got it listed for so much. But I'm not even sure if that was an FBA seller. But if it sells, if I put it up there and it gets close to me having to pay the fees, then I'll just start dropping the price until it sells. And if it doesn't sell, then I could just have it sent back to me and put it up on eBay or send it back for another round even. But yeah, I think it was a good find. I paid $4 for it, but it should be a real good flip. But yeah, that's it for what I picked up. It wasn't a whole lot, but I mean, as you can see, it's like $2 to $5 an item. And oddly enough, the most expensive thing I bought for $6 is going to be the cheapest thing out of all of these things, except for maybe that cell phone mount. But yeah, that was a good turnaround for a couple of hours, and I think $30, $40, something like that. But yeah, I wanted to, if you guys want, I could go over some of my sales too, if you're interested, because why not, right? Let's see here. I've been working on merch a lot too. I think I put up like 5 or 6 merch designs for t-shirts in the last couple of days. I just finished another one this morning. I did a cat meme shirt that can show you guys if you want to see it. This is kind of a insider or an inside joke with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But this cat is in mount on the other cat, and I got meowed. My girlfriend actually came up with that. She told me I should make a shirt based on that last night, so I went through and put that one together. And this took me maybe an hour, so you know, we'll see what kind of return we get from that. If it ends up taking off and people are actually buying the shirt, then our work could turn into a lot of money. But one of the things that I've seen suggested a lot in like the merch mastermind groups is a change everything to $12.95, all your prices. So that way you're making like $1 an item, which that's what I did. I went back through and changed all the prices, and now I'm doing a little bit more research on like what kind of stuff sells, and you know, I know how to find the merch listings, and they're pretty easy to find. You just look for any of the t-shirt listings and the novelty clothing that has that size chart with a guy, a girl, and a kid. And so if you've got that as the second picture, then you know it's a merch listing. And then I've got a Chrome app installed on my browser. It's called DS Amazon Quick View, that shows me, like when you're on Amazon, it'll show the ranking right there on the listing instead of having to go through and here, let me show you what I mean. So I can go to Amazon.com and let's see here. So I can go to Amazon.com and there we go. Just click on stuff. And once you find, well, let's look up funny t-shirts. Why not? Show you guys what I mean. Yeah, see? So this DS Amazon Quick View, as soon as you get to the actual listings, then the rank comes up in the thumbnail. So you don't have to mouse over anything. You can just see it. And then, you know, you can click on the listing and like this is somebody's shirt. Let's see if I can find a merch one. That's somebody's shirt. That's definitely somebody's shirt. That looks like it. Yeah. Is that? Nope. That's somebody's shirt. That's not a merch, but as you can see the rank when you're just going through. So, you know, you're looking for stuff that's like really good ranking, and I'd say under 100 grand is killer, and it'll just give you an idea of what sayings are selling and stuff. So I've been doing more of that, and you know, I'm just getting my feet wet with it currently. It's nothing crazy, but oh yeah, and if you guys want to see where, okay, this is the image that I just went on Google Images and found a picture that I liked. That's the picture that I started with and ended up with that in GIMP after I did some editing and stuff. It took me a little while, maybe like 30 minutes, but once you get good at it and fast at it and you know how to do everything, just kind of second nature, then it goes a lot faster. The first couple times, though, it takes for freaking ever. But yeah, that's where we're at there. Let me see. Bring up my eBay store. My second store is doing okay. I had a couple of really big sales this month, so it kind of bumped up my totals. But I mean, since this last week, I'm up like $300 in sales above last month. So we're just trying to get back up into that $5,000 to $6,000 range. Trying to do like $3 grand a week per store, plus another $1,000 a week on or I'm sorry, a month for now. So I'm trying to do like 1,500 a week gross sales, I guess, between both my eBay stores and Amazon. That's enough to cover my bills because I'm doing other stuff too. You know, I mean, I'm selling stuff on Craigslist, and I've been making pretty good money. I'm doing jiu-jitsu too. I ref tournaments. I do classes. I cover other coaches. Got my own class that I'm going to start doing this Saturday, actually. And then, you know, I'm doing my pro cards, and I've got a fight coming up. Well, it's a match. I wouldn't call it a fight. You're not punching each other. But I got another pro match coming up. If you guys follow me on Facebook, then you'll see me posting it up a lot this month. So if you guys can just, if you see one of my posters or whatever, or one of my links to my match, if you could just, you know, hit that like on Facebook, it'll help me. And hopefully somebody will share the fight again. Last time it was Deb. She actually got a Flow Grappling subscription and posted it up in my group. You can still go back and watch it, but this time I'm going to be fighting a much better guy. Actually got a higher belt since then, and the guy I'm fighting has been, God, he was a purple belt when I started training, so he's probably been a brown belt since I was a blue belt, I'll bet. And he actually runs Fight to Win, the promotion that I'm going to be having the match on. But let's see what sold today. Nothing on this store. I had a couple on my other store, and one of them was that stupid monitor that I need to figure out what to do about. But, you know, I don't have a whole lot of listings, and stuff's selling good enough that it's kind of like hard to keep up. Like, that's just what's active right now. You can see kind of some of the stuff that I'm doing. Now, if you look, okay, this page does not have my SKU on it, but I got SciTech keyboard. This thing, I paid $1.99 for this at a Goodwill about a month ago. I got $22 shipped for it. So that netted me like $10 after fees, I think. It ended up selling to somebody pretty close, so it only cost me like $7 to ship it priority, so that was a good thing. Paid $10.99, I think, for this food saver in the box. I got $100 for it shipped. This ended up costing me like $20 with signature confirmation to ship, FedEx, and it's close to the end of the month, so I don't get to keep that money for long, but it's better than just paying it right out. I kind of like shipping stuff via FedEx when it's cheaper than the USPS anyway, just because you don't get billed for it until your bill comes out. So you get to sit on that money and use it for the month or whatever until it sells. I got these Tony Lama lizard skin boots at the Goodwill outlet. So they ended up weighing about 3 pounds. Cost about $10 to ship. So I got less than 15 bucks in them with the shipping. I got $35 shipped for them. So that was another $10 bill. Scrabble. I bought this. I can't remember if I got this at the Weigh and Pay or if I got this at, I think I got this one at a Goodwill. Yeah, so now you can see my SKU, the custom label. I just started using this, so not all my listings have it, but it'll tell you like the location, what number I listed that day, the date that I listed it, and how much I paid for it. So I listed this I sold this in like a week for $42 shipped. I paid $5 for it. The shipping costs like $10 or something like that. So it wasn't too heavy. It was pretty easy to ship. Death Symbolic. I paid $1 for these 2 CDs at the Weigh and Pay. They were 50 cents each. It's a 90s metal band, like heavy metal. As you can see, I listed this on the 19th. The 5th thing I listed that day. That just tells me what closet it was in, and then paid $1, got $19.95 shipped. They shipped first class, probably cost $3 to ship those. Now this has been listed forever. I actually bought a computer. Oh, I don't remember why. I don't usually buy computers. I hate stripping down computers. There was something about it. It was really cheap or something. Actually, I think I might have picked it up at the Weigh and Pay. I don't remember. But anyway, or maybe it was $1 at Goodwill, because they the way my Goodwills work, stuff sits on the shelf for like a month and a half, then it goes down to half off. And then if it doesn't sell while it's half off, it goes down to $1. So I had this listed for, I started at like $30, and then I dropped it after a couple months down to $25. Then I dropped it after a couple months to $20. Finally, it sold $15.95 shipped. Put that in a padded mailer inside of a box that fits in the mailer. I get these 9x6x3 boxes from Goodwill, from Amazon, and they fit perfectly in a padded mailer. So that really helps me out with the shipping on a lot of heavier items like this, because it was a giant aluminum and copper heatsink that probably weighed 2 pounds. It would have cost me $5 more to ship that thing if I couldn't have sent it that way. Here's that Xbox I sold, listed it on the 19th, paid $20 for it. Plus I got a few extra free things along with it. Got $80 shipped for it. It cost me $20, not even $20 to ship. So that was a pretty good flip. Nike Elite Shocks 2 basketball shoes. Let's see. This was on the 21st. So this is like the last 4 or 5 days worth of sales. Bought these at the Weigh and Pay. Paid like $2 or $3 for them. Got $26 shipped. They've probably been sitting for a month and a half. This was a mug. It was like a porcelain mug. It was supposed to come with a metal top, but I didn't have the top. I got this from my girlfriend, actually. It was just something that she had for a long time, just in her junk drawer or whatever. And I listed it for $57 shipped. And I had it listed for like 3 or 4 months. Finally, somebody offered me $41 for it. I took the offer, and away it went. If you remember the other day on my show, I talked about how my girlfriend had bought a cell phone case. It was a iPod case. It was like for an iPod 6 or 5 or something. And you put the iPod in there and then hook up it had a barcode scanner attached. And then there was like a charger on the bottom. It was like all proprietary. When she looked it up online, she just saw it. She thought it was weird. She looked it up, and they were like $700 new. So I went ahead and listed it. They weren't selling that well, so I knew I wasn't going to get $700 for it. I listed it for $150. The same day that I listed it, I got offered $100. So, I mean, well, okay, 2 days after. No. The same day that I listed it, I got offered $100. The person took a day to pay, and they paid really late that day, so it went out a couple days after I listed it. But yeah, she paid $15 for it. It costs like $5 to ship. It went first class, and $100 shipped. This is one of the things that I like to find at the outlet are CD books. Find them all the time, and most of the time they let me have them at weight. And so if they make me pay 50 cents a CD for them, then I usually don't get them. But when I can get a nice book full of video games at weight, it's like $3 or $4 for, a dozen games or more a lot of times. Well, this book had like 5 games in it, I think. This was one of them. Paid $9.95 for it. I don't know. I paid $1. The book weighed less than a pound. And so I just put it in at 10 cents for my SKU, listed on the 18th, sold right away on the 19th, $9.95 shipped, boom, gone. Sony IR blaster. So this was annoying. The person got it. It was brand new, but I found it at the Weigh and Pay. It cost me nothing. It would have, picking the wrong cart would have cost me more than this item did. It was so light. And anytime I find stuff like this at the Weigh and Pay in the wire bundles, I'll just look at those big rat's nests and see if I can find weird stuff. Well, I found this. I managed to figure out what it was. I listed it for $19.95. It sold. The person emailed me and sent in a return request and wanted to return it, so that it didn't work with their TV. And I was like, you know what? I don't even want to deal with this. It didn't cost me anything. I'll just refund them. So I did that. It did cost me the price of shipping, like $2 or whatever, but I'll wash my hands of it. It's not that big of a deal. Bought this in a lot of video games, $2 a game. Got $15 shipped for it. Not too bad. This actually went overseas through the global shipping program, so I have no idea what they paid. So yeah, now we're getting into like a week or two out. So starting to get a little older, but you guys can see most of what I'm selling in this store is video games and electronics, a few appliances, little knickknacks every once in a while, but I try to avoid this kind of stuff. I hate selling coffee mugs. They're just dumb. This was the shoes typically go on my main store. I like to stick to clothing on that store and keep all the other stuff over here, like all the video games and DVDs and CDs and just weird stuff like computer parts and electronics that I get. So that's it though. Not anything too major, not anything too crazy. Some of the better sales that I got this week, definitely that food saver and that scanner case, but you know, as you can see, it's not like I'm selling 100 items a day. I'm selling 2 or 3 items per store per day, a couple items on Amazon, and my average sale price, I mean, stuff like this really bumps it up, but my average sale price is around $30 shipped or so. And so it comes out $100 a day. And it's not like I'm spending a whole lot of time. This kind of stuff doesn't take a lot of time to ship or to list. It's just a few pictures. I can get, when I'm really trying, 10 listings a week. And this week I have been really busy with jiu-jitsu because one of the other coaches has been out and he's needed me to cover a bunch of his classes and going back and forth to the gym all day. And, you know, yesterday spending some time at the Goodwill, that kind of stuff, it really takes away from my listing time. And plus just doing merch, building the t-shirt designs. I want to get up to my 25 max listings on merch so that I can have the best chance of selling a few and getting ranked up so I can start getting up into the upper tiers, you know, 50 designs, 100 designs, that sort of thing. And I'm going to be doing a lot of promotion for my match coming up on the 18th as well this month. So I don't have a whole lot of time to just sit there and knock out 60, 70 listings like some guys do. This isn't the only thing that I'm focused on. This is just a significant portion. And, you know, I mean, $3-4 grand a month when you're paying nothing for the stuff, you know, I mean, it's between fees and everything else. You can see, I mean, my summary just in this store, you're looking at, there's usually a percentage here, but yeah, okay. So my total sales, $1,800, net sales, $1,448, and that's in the last 30 days. So, I mean, 30% in fees, including the shipping costs and everything. So I'm doing pretty good. It's a lot of money in my pocket, but anyway, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Got a bunch of stuff to do. I want to try and get this stuff listed this morning before I go to the gym. And then this Sunday, I'll definitely be back. If I do any sourcing this week and I find any really cool stuff, then I'll do another haul video. If not, then you'll definitely hear from me Sunday. But I want to thank everybody for watching. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, I would appreciate that. Helps me out a lot. And, you know, if you've got any friends or whatever that are interested in this kind of stuff that you think might be able to get some information out of this, then share the video with them. And, yeah, if you are on Facebook, actually all my social media links are down there. Plus there's some of the supplies that I use, shipping supplies are down there. If you want to click on that, I get a little commission when I get some sales. But that's just, you know, poly mailers and boxes and stuff like that. If you have a store, then you're going to get a shipping coupon every month for the eBay store or the eBay shipping supply store. The boxes that I use or what I order every time I get one of those coupons are those boxes down there. It's an 18 by 14 by 12. It's a little bit bigger than anything that you're going to get from the post office. And basically, if I can't fit it in a post office box, that's what I use. That way I don't have a bunch of other boxes laying around. If I get something so big that I sell, which isn't that often, then it's usually very expensive. So it's worth my time to drive to Lowe's and buy a box at Lowe's or buy a couple boxes at Lowe's and make a Franken box that way. But yeah, those eBay shipping supply boxes down there are the ones that I use if it just won't fit in a shipping box. Michael McCluskey, what's up, Mike? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, Adam said be careful taking pictures off memes. Yeah, I know, but what are you gonna do? I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not too concerned about it. I mean, I'm not even selling anything right now, so I mean, it's not like anybody's gonna see it. But if I start getting in trouble for that, then I'll just take them down. And I'm not making any money on merch anyway, so it's not that big of a deal to me to lose my merch account. It's seems like it's not as easy as just, you know, throwing t-shirt designs out there, and it is taking up a lot of my time, so I'm still not even sure if it's worth my time. We'll see. I'm gonna give it another month or so of maybe a couple hours a day, and if I can't get it rolling by then, at least I'll have my stuff maxed out. Like, I'll have as many listings as possible up, and then they'll just be out there, and if something happens and something catches on and something starts selling, then cool, it starts selling. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. And go join the Reseller Wake Up on Facebook if you want to keep updated with the latest and greatest stuff. That's where Deb actually streamed my last match, my last pro match. So if you're a member there, then maybe you'll get lucky, and Deb will stream that too if you're interested in watching it. But we will see you all later. Thanks a lot, and Bitcoin.